This I need. This I need. Oh no, 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 no. Don't fall. Well, hello and welcome back to the garden. It is the middle of March, so it is officially potato planting season. It is the seed sowing season. It is the bricking out season. It's everything season. But you know the way you'd always accumulate these little jobs in the garden where it's not really, you can't really call it a proper job. Something that you know that needs to be moved, something that needs to be tidied, something that needs to be fixed, something that needs to be weeded. And I had a ton of jobs like that this weekend. And one of the jobs I had was getting these metal arches back in the kitchen garden between the planters, and even retightening the bamboo cane supports, replacing some of those cables, and just getting those bamboos up there to just make the arches link together and stronger and supported. Going on a ladder up and down, and when all that is finally done, it's up there, you really don't appreciate how much effort and work went into it. It just takes a lot of time, and it was so windy as well. So, but I'm delighted that I got it done and up, and I could just move away from that. There was soil to be spread around, a compost to be spread around. But I got my Nepeta cut back as well. It was really time to do it. The new shoots were starting to push themselves quite tall now between the old last season's branch work, and just getting all that nicely, neatly into that kind of a mound shape back again. Really good to see, really good clear up. And while I had my mini hedge trimmer about, I gave one of the lavender bushes a trim as well in the fruit tree guild, and also the same with the yarrows. Just get all that old foliage cut back. Woohoo! Wide load. Now, if you grow berry bushes, March is a great time to fertilise them with something with quite a high nitrogen levels, and I just prefer to do it with chicken manure pellets. But I've come into the greenhouse because it started to drizzle and the sky is really dark. So I have, look at these tomato seedlings. I only planted them last week and they have all come up. The one that has been the slowest so far actually has been the sweet million. But even if I just get those 5 seedlings. That's still plenty of plants. That's a lot of plants. And this was, this was a shop bought seed. Let me just see, where is our own saved seed? And look at this home saved seed of the apricot salix. So productive. Really good, healthy seedlings. Well, a couple of them are tiny now in the middle, and I'm obsessed pinching off this. If the seeds, just the tips of the seeds get stuck in the leaves, I don't like to see that at all. Yay, all free. And I'm so happy that the borage, the seeds that I collected of the plants, they're coming up as well. So there's at least 3 that are coming up and another 2 that are sort of showing themselves. The stems are showing themselves through the soil. Because I just found that something, either the borage themselves was dropping the seeds very quickly and I just didn't get to the spent flower heads quick enough, or the birds were coming and eating them. I'm not sure. So I just found one plant that still had seeds, or the seed head stuck in there, and I just took all of them off it. And I wanted to make sure I had borage just so that I can specifically plant it in an area. But then Cosmos, again, the one I sowed a week ago, very slow germination and poor germination. And the same I had from 2 weeks ago sowing. So there's only 3, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, 5. 5 have come up. So I want to sow more seeds of those. But otherwise, I have so much potting up and pricking out to do. Look at these. So these are celeriac and celery seedlings. They were really slow to germinate as well, but I'm also really happy they come through. Now some of them have dampened off, and some of them, the soil is actually dried out as well, which is not great. But I want to get them out of these little cell trays, because it's not the best to keep up with watering these. They do tend to dry out too much, and then I don't want to overwater them because I'm afraid they'll dampen off. So, and then there's radish that just needs to be planted on the cells, again, too dry. I also want to sow more seeds, and today is going to be a beetroot marathon. Look at all those colours. They're so pretty. So I have 5 different varieties of beetroot, and I want to grow so much more beetroot because I also want to be choosing more vegetables. So healthy for you. But I think we'll start with potatoes. Aren't they just stunning? So strong, so ready to get going. Because usually at this time of the year I would plant my second early potatoes, but this year I have gone for first earlies as well. So I'm going to do first earlies now, and then I'm just going to start probably maybe second earlies the following week or in 2 weeks' time. And I have red Duke of York. So these are red Duke of York, and these are the standard light coloured Duke of York. Also really strong chits on them. And I already had planted my 2 first big buckets of Duke of York just as a trial here inside the greenhouse in a sheltered location. What's now? Maybe 3 weeks ago. And the shoots sticking out from the ground now are really, really tall. They are growing really strongly. I'm actually going to be using last year's pots, so the numbers are going to be random, because what I have 3 of the red Duke of York left, so I'll put the 3 of them into one bucket. And then I have 7 of the standard Duke of York, so I'll probably do like 3 and 4 with those. And as always, I'm just putting a couple of sheets of newspaper in here, just so that the soil isn't falling out. No, I haven't used this compost before. It's a seaweed enriched one already, because usually I do add my own seaweed granules with it. I do add the chicken manure pellets as well, and then the seaweed as well, as this has seaweed in it already, so I probably won't add more seaweed to it. So about 4 inches of compost on the very bottom. Handfuls of seaweed granules, and oh my goodness, sounds like a hurricane. A little bit more to cover up the chicken manure pellets, and then our potatoes. And I know I can't fill those buckets at the moment with the compost, because I realized I don't have enough compost at the moment, so I have to get more compost. And I'm thinking, because we don't have any frost now predicted, I will leave these outside. So I still have the 2 buckets inside here for even earlier harvest, but I'm going to start leaving these ones outside now. So number 6 is red Duke of York. You remember that? I'd better write that down. You won't remember. You won't remember. And why I continue planting my potatoes in the pots, I'll show you now. I have the trays behind me, so I'll grab one of the pots there. And that's because of this. There are constantly some little seed potatoes staying behind in around the ground. And you don't know what they were, but they will start growing. Just to eliminate as many of these volunteer potatoes, continue to grow them in pots. Now, as the potatoes are planted now, my next priority is to pot up these little seedlings. And as you see, half of that cell tray is really empty. So the seeds either never materialized, or some of them actually even dampened off. And I want to reuse these cell trays to plant new vegetables, especially the beetroot. So out of here, what I have at the moment is purple cauliflower. Never grown purple cauliflower before. I've always tried to grow cauliflower, and I'm yet to succeed. So maybe this year is going to be a good year. These are spinach, and that's our favorite spinach so far as the flavor goes. And I think that was Emilia. Yeah, Emilia, and it's an F1, but very poor germination all the time. So I'm going to try to resow that. That's broccoli, and then I think there's kale in here. So I'm just going to quickly pot them up. I'd better let Spuds in. Come on, Bubba. Where are you? Come on. See ya. Come on. Come. And the purple cauliflower stem actually is a really beautiful color. Hey, what's happening back there? Yeah, raining outside. It is, isn't it? Yeah, not the best of the weathers. It's really windy. Yeah, it is. Oh, and you're wet. You're wet. I know, the greenhouse is a bit warm for you, is it, Bob? It is positively wild out there. It is raining and the wind is really strong. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but it was not forecast. So it is a blessing to have a space like this here to be able to shelter from all this. But it is, yeah, it's quite noisy, and you know what? It's not peaceful. It's not peaceful to be here because it is just so stormy. But I have all the celeriac and celery now pricked out and in their individual pots. And in the case of celery, I had actually so many seeds that were successful that I ended up nearly group planting them, just so that I have these cell trays empty so I can sow my beetroot. Right, fresh new seed tray. And yeah, so this year I do want to grow much more of beetroot because I do want to choose some, and we love roast beetroot anyway. So beetroot is one of our favorite vegetables to eat. And I want to try 5 varieties and just see how they actually are against each other as flavor, as size, as growing habit. So what I have are obviously the really famous, is there none in here now? Yeah. So we have the red Boltardi, we've got Bull's Blood. If you see there the name of it. So a Bull's Blood. We've got and Golden Eye. That kind of a colour. Then another name was by the name the Burpees Golden. And they're lovely colours. And then the Georgia. That with those circles, the colours, really, really pretty. So I'll do a full tray of only beetroot, and I'll pop just about 2-3 into each of these little cells. I have tried up to 5 in each cell before, but I still find that the the seedling roots are quite delicate, and if they're any bit upset, they just won't grow. So it's just a waste anyway. So up to 3. Doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon, this rain. Yeah. Then I also want to sow more of the spinach with the Emilia F1 and some more swede, and I want to sow swede then later in the season again. And the swede is something that I had the most queries about last season. Because obviously I was harvesting a lot of it during the winter, and definitely going to do that again. Absolutely favourite now for the winter season. Again, stunning as roasted, raw as salads, but just that it's so hardy. The frost, we got down to -9 during the winter, and the frost did absolutely zero damage to it. And the variety is Marian. But that's it from me for today. Thanks a million for joining me, and until next time.